Hello there and welcome back to yet another exciting episode of Seek Your Purpose. I'm your host for the show, Mayank Sera. But before we proceed ahead with today's episode, if you haven't done so, then please hit that subscribe or follow button to never ever miss an episode the time we upload it. Or if you are a regular listener, then do rate and review us on Apple Podcast. Your constant support really matters and help us reach out to the billions of purpose seekers that we have around us. Now, let's get started. The feeling or emotion that I want to talk to you about today is forgiveness. A couple of days ago, while scrolling through my Instagram, I came across a video where a professor was teaching to a group of her students while holding a glass of water, which was half filled to a certain extent. She asked students to tell her the weight of the water. One of them answered 8 ounces. She said no. The other answered 12 ounces. She again said no. She then asked about the absolute weight of the water. The room went in complete silence. Everyone was like, what is she talking about? To which the professor said, if I hold this glass for a moment, it will weigh 8 ounces. If I hold it for an hour, it might weigh more. But if I hold it for around a month or so, it will probably gonna destroy my shoulder. That's how negative emotions affect you. The feeling of fear, jealousy, hatred, revenge, greed, and anger affects you. This is what they do to you. These feelings, they act as a garbage which you carry on for the rest of your life, and you feel low, you feel down, you feel disheartened, you feel sad, you feel anxious, cheated, destroyed, helpless. And in some cases, you feel all alone. Learn to forgive. Learn to let it go and learn to move on in life. Forgiveness is such a happy emotion or a feeling that makes you feel lighter. It makes you feel happier. It makes you feel stronger. It gives you more immense power. Tony Robbins once said, forgiveness is the gift you give to yourself, not a gift you give to someone else. When I read this quote, I went into a deep state of thought, recalling an incident where I was holding my emotions for a long period of time and was unable to forgive the person in frame. It was way back in December 2016. I was out there in streets of Paris along with a couple of friends of mine, celebrating New Year and raising a toast to the beginning of the next 3 months of our foreign exchange expedition. Moments after that, I kind of started getting that not so positive vibes from them. So right from the beginning of the tour, I was completely dependent on them. Totally. I kind of imposed myself on them right from planning the entire trip, which hostel to stay, which Airbnb to choose, what to eat, where to party and things like that. I was totally dependent on them. And that's why my choices started making a difference to this. I started kind of feel left out. My opinions were never counted in. We even have a public fallout a couple of times in the streets of Paris. The differences went to a certain level that I decided to move out of the place and opted for an independent lodging for the next 3 months. I was angry on them, I hated them, and I sort of developed a feeling of revenge against them. While I was involved in all these kind of negative emotions, I completely missed out on the growth side of this. Independence. The feeling of being independent. The feeling of managing all the things for yourself. The feeling of knowing yourself a bit better. Solitude. It definitely brings you a step closer to yourself. You start knowing yourself a bit better. The situation I was in was a total discomfort zone for me. Foreign land, no friends, unseen unknown people, language as a barrier. Finding a veg food was the biggest barrier for me. Managing groceries, cooking, cleaning, and even finances are your own. It was the first time for me, but I survived. So this experience helped me in knowing myself a bit better, helped me being an independent guy, and helped me in developing a feeling of forgiveness to my friends who I was holding on grudges for so long. That forgiveness gave me my first ever solo trip all the way from France to Belgium. I still remember while I was sitting in the Starbucks of Paris airport and recalling the happenings of all the last 3 months. I felt happy, I felt lighter, I felt I grew a bit strong. And I kind of developed a natural superhuman sort of feeling that no matter what may come, I am capable enough of dealing with it. And that moment, I forgive my friends. I forgive the earlier version of myself for doing all those things. That's what forgiveness gives you. The ultimate power of being you, truly you. Now let's quickly have an idea on ways how we can practice this underrated human emotion of forgiveness, and we can make it an integral part of our own life. Let's go for it. Number 1, believe that you can forgive. You have that superpower in you to forgive people, forgive circumstances, forgive that pain and anger causing element that is putting you and holding you down to your past for so long. Forgive it and feel uplifted. Number 2, feel the pain and betrayal. We often overlook this one a number of times and brush it under the carpet. We avoid it completely to portray the image of a stronger self who's unaffected by all these pains and betrayals. But deep down under somewhere, that's a hollow one. Do not overlook this feeling. Feel it and accept it. To heal the pain, you need to first feel the pain. Number 3, think like an observer. Instead of being on the receiver end, think like an observer in the situation. Try and put your emotions aside and think logically from the other person's perspective. Empathize with that person for a certain period of time and try keeping yourself in the shoes of that person. Why does this happen? What caused him or her to do that? Were they feeling threatened? Were they feeling harassed? Is there a childhood fear that made them act this way? What sort of pain they must be in to cause you so much of pain? Be an observer, my friend. Number 4, practice gratitude. This one thing is itself a game changer. Be grateful for whatsoever you have in your life. Definitely aim for the higher things, but be grateful for the things that you have. Be it your family, your friends, your colleagues, your relatives, your neighbors, or be it the morning sunshine, the nature, greenery, breezy air, rain, etc. that is showing its blessings and providing unending support for you throughout their life. Be humble and be grateful. Number 6, list it down. Try recalling and list down all the people so far in your life whom you are still unable to forgive because of XYZ reasons. List them down. List as many people as possible on that list and arrange that list in the descending order with the most hated one on the top. Now, try and recall why I'm so much attached with that negative thought to the person. Why? Can I forgive that person? Yes, no, maybe. Because this, I'm doing it for myself and not for anyone else. Think. But ensure to go slow with the list with forgiving one person at a time. Try it. It really works. It worked for me. Behind pain lies growth, an opportunity to grow a step ahead in life. Forgive and grow. Forgive them for their deeds because no matter what they have done to you, it somehow made you way more stronger than you are right now. And as someone quoted it beautifully, the weak can never forgive. Forgiveness is the attribute of the stronger. Just go for it. So, that's what I've got for in today's episode. If you love this one, then please take a screenshot of the same and tag me at MAYANKSEHRA. That is Mayank Sehra on your Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn. I love to read your DMs and tags and I really appreciate you for doing this. And with this episode, I'm glad to share that we have managed to reach more than 10,000 listeners. Wow! I'm super excited to share with you all this achievement that was not at all possible without your love, your support, your trust and your care. Thank you. Thank you so much. And it's a way more to go. Now, step out of that comfort zone, break it apart and seek the purpose that you are destined to. I'll catch you up in the next episode with another purpose seeker and change maker that we have around us. Cheers.